Well, hello, and welcome to my quiet space. We're inside the Not a Rubicon today. I'm sitting over here. You can't really see me because I've got the camera pointed here. This is where all the magic happens. And today I want to talk about what navigation systems I use. So I'm going to go over what I use and why I use it. People ask me all the time, what is the best GPS to use for off-roading? And my answer to that is, if I know. So then they ask me what GPS I use, and that's a question that I can answer. You know, there is really no best GPS for everybody because what's important to me may not be important to you, and what's important to you may not be important to me. So this is what I use, and I'm just going to go over quickly what I use and why I use them. And for all these systems that I'm going to show you, there are affiliate links down below so you can check them out yourself or do price shopping on Amazon. I get lost a lot, so I use multiple mapping systems. I've got two right here that are the two that I primarily use, and then I've got a couple on my phone that I also use. The first thing that I use to get me to the trail where I want to go is just basic Apple Maps. This is my street navigation that gets me to the trail. This runs on my iPhone. I can easily select a destination wherever I want to go on my phone, and then via CarPlay it connects up to my in-dash Pioneer system. So that makes it really easy for me just to type an address to where I'm going into my phone. I plug my phone in and it tells me right there on my dash how to get there, and I'll basically follow that until I get to the trail. Apple Maps is not a good choice once you go off-road. For one, because it's useless without a signal and it doesn't allow you to download offline maps or anything like that. And it's really made for streets. So there's no trails, there's no satellite information. It's just really good for streets, but not good once you get off the trail. Now you could also use Google Maps. That allows you to download satellite imagery for when you're off-road and have no signal, but I don't like the cost of Google Maps. So that's what I use on the street to get me to the trail. Now, once I find my way to the trail, then I switch over to this. This is my Magellan TRX-7 CS. This is a purpose-made off-road navigation system. Now, the thing that I like about this is that it is made for being off-road. It's very rugged. It's made to be outdoors. It comes with every legal trail in the United States installed on it and preloaded. So really all you have to do is take it out of the box, plug it in, and start using it. It doesn't take any configuration or anything if all you want to use is the simple trail mappings, how to follow a trail, where the trail starts, where the trail ends. You can also get satellite imagery to download to it. That's an extra fee. And once you download that satellite imagery, it's yours to keep. It's a yearly fee. It's a subscription-based product. So once you download it though, it's yours to keep forever, even if you don't continue paying for the yearly fee. So that's nice. And one really neat thing is that once you're on a trail, either a trail that is preloaded in there or a trail that I've saved or put in myself, it lets you know if you accidentally veer off the trail. It's really easy to follow. So when I'm on the trail, it's going to show me my little icon as I'm on the trail, and it'll show me as I make my way. But if I veer off the trail, it gives me a notice and lets me know so that I hopefully don't get lost. I still get lost anyway, but it helps. Now, this is not perfect. Some of the things that I don't like so much about the Magellan is that finding and searching for trails in the user interface is really clunky. It's not easy to do. It's never really made sense to me. It doesn't work well as far as looking up trails here on the unit itself. It's doable, but it's not real user-friendly. All of the trails that you're searching for or that it finds, almost all of them are identified from their Forestry Service number and not the actual name. So sometimes you'll search for it by name or the name that you and everybody in the world knows it, and the GPS will tell you that it doesn't exist because you weren't searching for it by the Forest Service or trail number. And although this is an excellent off-road navigation system, it's not really good on the street. So it's not as great to get you to the trails as it is once you're off trail and off-road. This is why I still rely mostly on my Apple Maps to get me to where I want to get off-road, and then I switch over to the Magellan. Now, they have an online service. It's called trxtrailhead.com, which allows you to download routes and make routes and things like that online on your computer, and then download them into the Magellan. And if I'm going to be honest with you, that interface sucks. It is the worst web interface of anything ever in the history of web interfaces. It's extremely slow. It freezes up all the time. I've tried multiple computers, multiple web browsers. It is just not good. It's not reliable. it's horrible. Another drawback is that if you purchase the yearly subscription to download the satellite imagery, downloading that satellite imagery is also extremely, extremely slow. So all of the online services that come with the Magellan are they really have to up their game because they're horrible. Now, if all you want to use is just the trail navigation, this thing is great. If you don't care about the online service that they offer, this is a great option. It's probably the best option. I've seen a lot of other navigation systems that other people that come to our off-road events use. I like this one. It is still, I think, the best, as long as you don't want or don't care about any of the online services that come along with it. Now, another system that I will use from time to time, if you've ever seen any of our videos of trail reviews, you'll sometimes see a dash cam view with the GPS coordinates showing down below in the lower left screen. And for that, I use my Garmin Nuvi Cam LMT. This is a street-only navigation system, so it's pretty much no good once you get off-road, but it is very good while you're on the streets. And it has the built-in dash cam so that you can record everything that's going on in front of you. That's what I use when I'm making my trail review videos. So this is also good for navigating on the streets, although I primarily use it just for that dash cam, which has good high quality, fairly good high quality video. The other navigation system that I use is actually an app that I'll keep on my phone, or sometimes I'll bring my iPad along. And this is called onX Off-Road. Now the thing that I like about onX Off-Road is sometimes I will plot out a map. It's easier to do it on my computer. So I just log into my onX Off-Road account on my computer, and using my web browser, I can plot out a map, draw a line, or pick a trail, put waypoints, places where I want to stop, where I want to go. I can do all that on the computer, and all I have to do is turn on my phone and it's all there. There's no syncing, there's no anything. Everything that I do on my computer or on my iPad is just automatically on my phone, and vice versa. If I'm out on the trail and I save or record a track while I'm driving on my phone, when I get home, I turn on my iPad, log into the onX Off-Road app, and it's just there. So the web interface and the whole interface of how this app works is really, really nice. It does allow you to download offline maps so that you can use it without any internet service, which is most of the time when I'm off-road. So I can have high resolution satellite imagery so that when I'm off-road and I've got no service, I can still see trails and washes and mountains and hills. And unlike the Magellan system, when I download an offline map, it is super, super fast. Another nice thing about this app is that it shows me where it is legal and not legal to be. If it's wilderness area or off limits for whatever reason. For example, all this red here is Fort Irwin, meaning you probably don't want to go off-roading in that area. So that's really helpful. Now, unfortunately, this app is not perfect. It's only an app, so you can't, there's no dashboard unit, so you have to run it on your phone, which is fine. You could mount your phone up and use that primarily as your navigation system, or mount your iPad up and run this app on it if you don't mind it getting dusty and having it in your vehicle all the time. But one drawback to that, on the phone it's not as much of a big deal, but on your iPad it doesn't work properly in landscape mode. It still shows you your map and it still will allow you to save a trail and so on, but it doesn't work right when you click on things. Just all features just aren't available in landscape mode. I've contacted the onX Off-Road support and they have confirmed that, yep, it does not work properly in landscape mode on the iPhone or the iPad. So that is a big issue. Another problem is that it doesn't work through Apple CarPlay. So if this worked in landscape mode, or if I could get this map on my Apple CarPlay, onX Off-Road would really be the perfect app to use. Okay, so that's what I use and why I use them. Leave a comment down below and let me and all the other viewers know what you use and why you use it. If you have any questions about any of these systems that I'm using, leave a comment below. I'll do my best to answer it. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you on the trail.